Okay, we straight? We cool? This is my first YouTube video. But I got the script and all type of shit right here. I got hella notes. Okay, so I know what I said in the last clip that I had a script, etc. Ignore that. I sound like a robot whenever I read directly from a script, but we will get into the intro.
Just a regular day, right? Wrong. The stories I share are authentic based on my personal experiences. However, some topics may be slightly censored to maintain an appropriate tone. For example, how I lost my virginity in the middle of the ocean on a cruise. I can't really say too much about that, or else it wouldn't really be a story to tell. So grab a snack, get comfy.
So the first thing I recall is I was on the way to the house and I was only about 2 turns away. I was in the right lane, but I needed to get over all the way to the left. You know, I usually try to follow traffic laws, and I got like 10 speeding warnings, but besides speeding, I try to follow the laws. So I turn on my blinkers to merge into the left lane. And you know how people speed up as soon as you turn on your indicators? It's like they don't want nobody getting in front of them. Yeah, he did that. I try to get over, and then he speeds up, trying to block me. I get over anyway, because it's either you hit me, you let me over. As soon as I get over in front of him, he's obviously heated. He's pissed. He's upset. He's big mad. He rolled his window down, and he pull up on the side of me and look into my car. My window tinted. He can't really see much until I roll my windows down. As soon as I roll my windows down and he see that he immediately start slanging slurs. Yeah. Then he ended up demanding that I pull over at a gas station, and it's no holes in my car last time I checked, so we pull over. And we're gonna take a little break from the story so that I can say this. What I did was dumb. If somebody ever asks you to pull over, etc., do not do that. Go on about your business. Just ignore it. Be the bigger person. But I'm short, so that don't apply to me. Okay, back to the story. We pull over at the gas station. I got my utility on me. You should know what utility mean. I'm not gonna say it. I rack my bolt back on the utility, make sure it's ready, off safety, etc. I do not get out the car with it though. At this point in time, we haven't said any word, well, I haven't said anything back to him. He's been, all the slurs and words, etc. But I haven't said anything back. I get the utility ready, rack the bolt back, make sure it's off safety, but I do not get out the car with it. I sit it in between my seat where it's like easily accessible, so I could easily duck back and grab it if I need to. Do not get out the car with it, for legal reasons. And I also park my car in between us so that, he doesn't have a straight path to me and I do have time to get my utility. So I'm looking over my car at him and I see him get out and go straight to his back seat. And I'm an overly nonchalant person, so I'm not, like jumpy or scared or nothing like that. I'm not trying to be tough. I'm just a calmer person in crazier situations. I don't know, but I'm just analyzing what he's doing. I don't see nothing. I don't see any utilities on his side or nothing like that, so I'm not reaching yet. But then I ended up seeing him pull out like this metal rod, like a baseball type like weapon. And when I see him grab that, he immediately turned around to me and started walking towards me. And I'm like, so we grabbing weapons now? And he had the nerve to say, this is for my protection. You should know, like, I'm not trying to be, the R word. But we know what type of man this is. He says, this is for my protection. I say, okay, bet. And then I duck back and grab my utility. The look on his face once I'm standing there, like, it's not a small, like, utility. It's a big utility. So he just standing there in shock. And when I tell you every single ounce of racism left his body at that moment in time, like he didn't say any more slurs, no, nothing after that. Like the common sense just came back to him. It just kicked in. So we stood there looking at each other for like, I want to say like 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds in straight silence. Oh shit, my bad. As soon as I grabbed the utility out of my car, I don't want to say this is funny, but you know how the people in GTA, the civilians start running and scrambling once you pull out your utilities? Yeah, it was like a person that was just walking out of the gas station and he looked back at me and immediately took off running. It was only a little funny because I thought of the GTA reference in real time. Nothing else. I know it's not, yeah, it's a serious situation. Anyway, back to the story. The man was just looking at me for like 10 seconds in straight silence, not saying just anything, just straight silence for 15 whole seconds. And then out of nowhere, he just said, "That's not real." Nobody should do this at all, but I'm very comfortable in these types of situations because I've been going through crazy shit my whole life. A lot of people probably haven't went through as much wild shit as I have, which is why I'm starting a storytelling channel. I'm also in Texas, by the way. So like, yeah. He said the utility was fake, and I take out the magazine and I show him the very real BBs, the very real BBs. And he just sits there in another 15 seconds of silence, not saying anything, just in even more shock than he already was in. And don't worry, I had the utility facing the ground. I had my finger off the utility. I was still being safe. The story's really pretty much done here because after 15 more seconds, he just got in his truck and drove away. Like everything that, like he was up here at first, way up here. And then as soon as he saw the utility, just swoop, swoop. Again, I'm not telling this story to try to sound tough. Please don't ever think you're the toughest person. I didn't even think I was the toughest person, even though I had utilities and stuff like that, because I'm in Texas, bro. Everybody got utilities. That, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. And people usually really don't react like that whenever you have a utility, at least in Texas, at least where I'm from. And I haven't been in the ghetto area since I was little. So don't expect people to be shook or scared if you have a utility. Don't ever draw a utility first for legal reasons and for safety reasons. If you really don't plan on using it, I want to like promote safety and positive things in my videos, even though they're interesting stories about crazy topics and crazy things that I've been through. I don't want you to, if I did make mistakes up in the stories, don't make the same mistakes as me. I want you to enjoy the stories. If you want to send me stories about you and your life, then just let me know. I have Instagram. The Instagram should be in my bio or the description. Just hit me up. Don't be scared. I'm not famous, bruh. And if you did make it this far in the video, please consider subscribing, liking the video so we could get out to more people and build a community. But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.